Greetings and salutations, my friends, and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to engage in one of my personal favorite activities, and that is going book shopping. I think I'm very excited in anticipation of the Panamanian International Book Fair that's happening. By the time that you're watching this, it's happening this week, but by the time I'm filming this, it is next week. I am really excited to see all of the books I'll be able to find and all of the stock, particularly in English, that they're gonna bring, because I feel like this is the one time of year where I am able to get quite a bit of things that I am looking for. I know one of my favorite bookstores has just gotten in a huge load of English books that they ordered specifically for the fair and to stock up their shop. And so I want to head out there today, see what we're able to find, maybe get a couple of anticipated releases or books that I'm really interested in reading sometime soon, see what they have, browse, and potentially add some newer releases to the ginormous and nonsensical physical TBR. Does it make sense that I'm adding more books to it as I'm trying to downsize? Not necessarily, but I think I've been really good at not getting anything in the past couple of months that I want to give myself just these next couple of days because of the fair and whatnot to get some new things that I am looking forward to, that I am excited about, and that I can get to again sometime soon. I just finished reading, please hold, Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. I binged this in one sitting last night. I literally got back home from the movie theater because they were doing reruns of Pride and Prejudice for its anniversary. And when I got home, I was like, I want to read something. Nothing's really clicking after I finished Foul Lady Fortune and We Free the Stars. I have to be quite honest. I feel like nothing's really living up to that I just finished quite recently. I spotted this on my shelves and I was like, maybe I need to read this right now, see if Ali Hazelwood can save me. And kid you not, I started this book at 10 p.m. I finished it at 3 a.m. 2:58 to be exact. And this has put me quite honestly in a romance mood. And I don't really have a whole lot of romance books left in my shelves. And I kind of want something that'll make me feel similarly to this in the next couple of days. Maybe read a couple of romance books, see what else we're able to find, and potentially come back home with some really good stuff. So we'll see what happens. This has thoroughly ruined me, I feel. We're gonna chat about that book in a wrap up because I have a lot to say. However, that book has made the gears turn enough that I'm like, oh, I want to go book shopping for something exciting. So we're gonna head out there. We're gonna probably get a matcha while I'm there because the matcha is really good, browse their stock, and then come back home after we're done book shopping and see what we got, if we managed to get anything. Hopefully this can become its own full-fledged video. And before we get started with today's video, I do want to give a massive shout out to Surfshark VPN for partnering with me today and sponsoring today's video. Now, you guys know I love going to a good coffee shop. I spend most of my day sometimes, especially with editing and doing desk work, at a coffee shop, having a good drink, having a good time, and browsing the internet and working whilst I do so, which is why it is so incredibly important for me to keep all of my browsing and all of my information encrypted, safe, and outside of the hands of big corporates and malicious hackers who might want your information, because through public Wi-Fi, it is an absolute goldmine that they can reach from and they can use for their own benefit. Now, if you're not aware of what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network, and what it does is essentially switch your IP address for an entirely new one, be it in another country, in a different city, so that all of your information is fully encrypted and safe. It is not only really amazing for that, even at your own home, so that you can keep yourself fully covered, but it also gives you access to a library of content you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Let's say that you want to watch a Studio Ghibli movie, but your only subscription service is Netflix. You can go into Surfshark, you can change your IP address to that of a Panamanian one, for example, refresh your Netflix page, and magically you will have every single Studio Ghibli film that is available in that specific catalog that might not be available in the US. In fact, Surfshark VPN is so confident at what they do that they have a 30-day money-back guarantee in case you don't end up enjoying the VPN service. But trust me when I say I have been using Surfshark VPN for years, and that is my one saving grace whenever I need to do anything that I can't access, or if I want to keep myself safe. This is my go-to, and I think it'll be very, very, very hard for them to not live up to that good standard. So if you are interested in checking Surfshark VPN out, I will be leaving my link and code at the top of the description, but you can go to surfshark.com/Mel and use code MEL to get 4 extra free months of Surfshark VPN. It's the best deal you're gonna find out there. And now, without further ado, we can go book shopping and potentially find some good stuff while we are at it. Guess who's back from book shopping? It was indeed a successful round. I am so excited about this. I think I managed to get one romance book that I might actually start today because I am really excited about it, and see if I'll end up enjoying it, see what the hype is, and see if by the time that the International Book Fair is starting, if any of the other bookshops have got the other books in the series so that I can get the first one, because I think this is, oh my god, is it book 4 in the series? You'll see it in a second. But I got some very exciting things, some repeat authors that I know I love their books, and I'm really excited because again, they're newer releases. So I think we got a good little array of books today. I got a total of 5. So let's get into it because I think it's really exciting. First thing I got at the bookshop, which is not even a book, but it is book related, I got a little crocheted bookmark. This is one of my friend's brands. This is her own crochet company, handmade goods, you know the likes, and she recently managed to get into this bookstore, which is very exciting. I went to Bee's Coffee and Books here in Panama, so she's carrying a stock of bookmarks and book sleeves, and while I have other bookmarks by her that she has made me as a gift, and like technically I could also make this myself, I love to support my friends whenever I can and to consume what they make and what they do, and if I can support her in any way, shape, or form, of course I am going to. So I got one of her bookmarks. I saw when she was making these and I was like, yeah, that green one is for me. So it's a lighter green here, and then the end is a little leaf, and the stem is just a different darker green, which is beautiful. And also, if you guys just want to scan the QR code and follow her if you would like, it's there if you want it. However, this is very exciting because now I've got this one, which is actually different from this one because this doesn't have the leaf stopper at the bottom. It's gonna look so cute with my little bookie books. However, moving on to the actual books, the very first thing I got that I was so excited when I saw, I'm gonna have to set the little tote bag aside, but it's A Song for You and I by Kay O'Neill, which is the same author as the Tea Dragon Society, and I loved that series. It was so very wholesome, so beautiful. I love their illustrations illustration style, and I figured when I saw this, I needed to take this home with me because I genuinely just need to get the Tea Dragon Society physically because I don't currently own it, and I definitely it is a need. I need it on my shelves, so in due time I will be getting that. However, I saw this in person, which I believe is their newest release. In this one, we follow Rowan, who is a ranger, and they believe they're meant to be a hero. They have worked their entire lives to be a protector, a provider, and somebody who overall just takes care of people. However, it all goes awfully wrong when their flying horse actually gets injured because of a very impulsive decision that Rowan made, and now they have seemed to lost complete sight of who they are and where to take themselves after this event, and that is exactly where Rowan ends up meeting a shepherd by the name of Leon, who seems to hold a lot of answers over what exactly has happened to Rowan and everything else that life can offer Rowan specifically. And the story goes from there. Like I said earlier, I really love Kay O'Neill's illustration style. I think it's gorgeous. The colors tend to be really beautiful as well, and I think in general this is going to be such a good time if the Tea Dragon Society is anything to go by. I know Kay O'Neill also has The Moth Keeper that I really want to read as well, so in due time I will get them all read, but this one physically is a dream to have. And I in general love having a good graphic novel on deck for a rainy day when I just need a little pick-me-up, something quick, something wholesome. This is gonna come in really, really handy. And remember earlier when I said that there is a book I think has the potential to wow me, maybe woo me, as Problematic Summer Romance did. I feel like I need something fluffy, a little bit of a palate cleanser, so that my brain can kind of cope with the absence of the two amazing books I finished, again, not too long ago. Is actually Wild and Wrangled. I have not read anything from the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I really need to look at that because I really did not know what the series was called. However, I have not read anything from this author from the series. I know a lot of people love these books. I know people tend to rave about them, and it's like a whole thing. I feel after Elsie Silver really repopularized the whole cowboy small town romance thing, now everybody's coming out with their own version of a small town cowboy romance, and they seem to be really huge. And I figured because I saw this at the bookstore today, I might as well get it because these can be read individually as their own installments. I don't need to have read any of the other prior ones in order to understand this. So I'm hoping this will be a good time. I started the book, the first chapter, while I was sitting at the bookshop because I was sampling the book and seeing if I wanted to take it home with me. And after I finished the first page, I was like, you know what? This is enjoyable. I feel like I could really get into this. So I ended up getting this one too. And we follow our main character, Cam, who is a huge planner. And her latest plan is that she is going to get married to a good prospect. It is going to secure her daughter's future, and she is going to live her happily ever after. The only problem is that the groom doesn't actually show up at the wedding, and now she has to reroute her entire plan, figure out what to do, where to take herself and her daughter, and essentially start from scratch. She finds out that her dream home, the one she fell in love with when she was in high school, is actually available for rent. So she ends up moving in with her daughter, and lo and behold, right next door, her next door neighbor is the guy who broke her heart, her first love, the one she ran away from, and the one who never quite got over her. Do I love that his name is Dusty? Fuck no. But will I still hopefully get into it and like it? Yeah. He now is decided to try and get back into her good graces, you know, make a friendship out of the whole situation. However, old feelings do rekindle, and it is a second chance romance. We'll see where it goes. Hopefully it's a good one. I am hoping Lila Sage will have my heart with this one, and maybe I can get into the rest of the series after finishing this one. I didn't realize when I got this, because I didn't read the back, that it was a second chance romance. They have a history in the past that is very assumed, Mel. I don't know why I said history from the past. It's giving Glinda in Wicked when she goes, oh my god, we're not here to learn about the past, we're here to learn about history. That to say, I didn't realize all that this entailed, and it takes a lot, I feel, to pull off the second chance romance. We know each other from before plotline. So Lila Sage, maybe you can win me over. Maybe you can. This next one I am so stupidly excited about. I have talked about this before, especially in my Read It or in Haul It. I recently watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and I was browsing for books that had a similar plot to it or that might have similar vibes, and this one came up a lot. The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by Amelie Wen Zhao. I absolutely absolutely love her other series. It's this one right here for Song of Silver Flame Like Night. I still have yet to read the second book, and I am planning to, hopefully this month. However, this book right here has all of the elements of the immortal realm and demons ravaging the earth, and a main character who not only fights those demons, but needs to figure out how to save her dying mother, but also the world as a whole. And I didn't realize quite up until I was reading the synopsis at the bookshop that this book actually has like a Hunger Games, you know, survival competition element to it, which I think sounds really interesting. So in this one, we follow our main character, An Ying, who now has to fend for her baby sister and take care of her dying mother after a war between the Kingdom of Night and the Kingdom of Rivers. After said war, demons have been ravaging the earth, and she has taken up the mantle of fighting said demons with her crescent blades and every ability she can muster to keep her people safe. However, there might be some saving grace for her mother in the form of the immortality trials, which are open to any mortal who feels they can survive the journey to the immortal realm. Armed with all her abilities, she signs up thinking that this might be the only way to save her mother through making her immortal. But while she is in this competition, she ends up meeting Yu Chen, and as she starts falling in love with him, she now has to reconcile the idea of having to essentially give him up if she wants to win, and why he's helping her out, but also with the possibility that he might be the most dangerous player in the immortality trials. And I can't wait to read this. I think it is honestly quite close to the whole plot of K-pop Demon Hunter, so I think it's gonna be quite an exciting read for me to get to. Do I want to be responsible and finish that other series, that duology first? Yeah, but also why do I kind of want to pick this up immediately to see if this is actually the same vibes as K-pop Demon Hunters, because I need to find something. And the whole dedication for this book actually says that this is for the C-drama girlies, and yeah, sign me up. If you see me read this first, look the other way, because I just might, honestly. It sounds really good, so can't wait to get this read, can't wait to see what the vibes are. I have to admit, not my proudest moment. This next one I bought mostly because of the stenciled edges, because they were too pretty to pass up, and this is While We Are Young by K.L. Walther. I am so curious to see if I'm going to like this, because I have never read anything by the author despite having owned some of her books before, but this one actually sounded really interesting, because I don't know, there's something about an almost rambly synopsis that kind of gets me. So this one says, Grace, Issa, and Everett used to be an inseparable trio before their love lives became a tangled mess. For starters, Grace is secretly in love with Everett, who used to go out with Issa before breaking her heart in the infamous freshman year fracture. And yeah, no one knows that Issa has been hanging out with James, Grace's brother, and if Grace finds out, it could ruin their friendship. It sounds messy, and I'm kind of here for it. And the whole plot of the book essentially happens when Grace decides that a senior skip day is the way to go in order to fix up all of their fractured relationships. She decides that she's gonna swoop all her friends and her brother into a Philly road trip where they will be menaces essentially for a day, and hopefully for Grace come out on top after this whole mess. I think this sounds super fun. I personally love Philly. I have gone there several times in the past. I think it's a beautiful city. Every time I've gone, I have had so much fun, made so many great memories while I've been there, and so I think this is gonna take me back to when I actually was in high school, and I used to travel to Philly every year, and I used to help out with an international leadership program and volunteer for it. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. I am really excited to get this read, and a plus side is that it is a very beautiful book. Did I get carried away by the sprayed edges? Absolutely, but hopefully it'll be really fun. And last but not least, this is another book I was really excited about because this actually went up for poll a couple of months ago on my Patreon to see if it had ended up being a book club pick, and it did not win, but I am still kind of, you know, un poquito picada. Still excited about reading it, so I figured because I saw it, I would get it, and that is The Dream Hotel by Leila Lalami. I am very, very excited about this, specifically because I've heard so many people that I trust give this book 5 stars, and it seems to have the speculative vibes that I tend to enjoy from a literary sci-fi. I just think it sounds so good. I have never read anything by the author, but I trust the people, again, who have read this, that have told me that it's really, really good. In this one, we follow our main character, Sarah, who after landing at LAX is apprehended by the Risk Assessment Administration that tells her that Through their algorithm, they have found out that she is actually a threat to another human, her husband in this instance, who is at major risk of being harmed by her, the person she loves most and that loves her back equally as much. That said, however, after she's taken into custody, she is actually transferred to a detainment center full of other women that have been told the exact same thing, being held for very similar alleged would-be crimes. Through their algorithm, they have seen that through their dreams, these women mean harm to somebody else. And although they were told that they were to stay within this facility for 21 days till they no longer pose any danger, their stays extend, months pass, and they get no answers as to why they're still being detained. The cats, though, everything turns to chaos when a new resident arrives at the facility and disrupts their entire order to the point that Sarah and every other woman at said facility is starting to question the very companies that have deprived them of their freedom. And what really caught my eye about this one is that the back says, the Dream Hotel artfully explores the seductive nature of technology, which puts us in shackles even as it makes our lives easier. I can't wait to get this read. Again, I've heard really amazing things about this, and it sounds like the type of book that I would eat up, enjoy, and that would keep me on the edge of my seat the entire time. So can't wait to read this, can't wait to keep you updated when I do, and see if I like it equally as much or not, or what happens. But this sounds very exciting to me. And if you've read this, do let a girl know. And that is everything we got today at the bookstore, friends. 5 different books, all in different genres too, which I think is really exciting. So we have got some YA contemporary, we have got some speculative literary sci-fi, we have got a graphic novel that I also believe is queer, we have got a romance, we have got a fantasy. I think it's a very well-rounded haul, a little bit of all the things that I am reading a lot of right now. So I can't wait to get these read. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up down below and let me know if you've read any of these things, what you thought about them, if you have acquired anything recently, anything's entered your at-home library. Do let a girl know all of that down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already for more content like this. And if you want more content from yours truly, a ton of live shows, a ton of fun, a Discord server, a book club, and overall a lot more one-on-one interaction, Patreon is the way to go. It helps the channel a ton. And if you reach the very end of the video, let us leave some car emojis for that road trip book, because I'm curious. And also, I don't think we've ever done a car emoji. Maybe we have. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye, sis!